I'm Kimberly, and I've seen 55 summers pass by. For 29 years I've shared my life with Nathan. We may not argue, but the warmth of our connection feels distant now, like a secret we both long for yet dare not embrace. One night, after a fleeting moment that drew us close yet pushed us apart, I whispered, "I still don't feel enough." He remained calm, a quiet storm brewing beneath the surface. His gaze locked onto mine, and with a whisper he said, "If you crave more, let me be the one to see it." And that's precisely how it unfolded. For the first time, I bared my soul under the gaze of the man who defied all odds to remain by my side. In the southern suburbs of Denver, we share a craftsman-style home, its wooden porch offering a view of our yard where autumn whispers secrets early, and the maple leaves shimmer with a hidden light. I orchestrate moments that linger in the heart. Nathan builds dreams one brick at a time. Endless tasks, ticking clocks, fleeting moments, stolen glances. Then evenings spent in bed, our hearts close yet worlds apart, each lost in our own screens. We stay close, wrapped in a silence that speaks volumes, too afraid to let go. Something has quietly faded between us, an unspoken truth lingering in the air. That night, after we were together, swift and precise, yet lacking the spark, I turned on my side, gazing out the window. The breeze whispered through the curtain, carrying secrets of longing and unspoken desires. Nathan wrapped the blanket around us, a silence heavy with unspoken words lingering in the air. My fingers brushed against his chest, a moment suspended in uncertainty. There's an ache inside me, a longing that remains unquenched. He didn't respond as I had dreaded. He was untouched, yet the tension hung thick in the air, a silent promise of what could never be. He felt a quiet ache instead. Nathan turned his head, his gaze locking onto mine, igniting a spark that felt both thrilling and dangerous. "If you crave more, just speak your truth, but only if it's sincere." I let out a soft, breathy laugh. "Are you really asking me to betray you?" His laughter was a tender whisper, warm and sincere, devoid of any mockery. "If you need to truly live, please don't keep it from me. Marriage isn't a cage. Please don't walk away without letting me grasp what we could be." We lay there, suspended in a moment, neither reaching out nor pulling away. Only the soft rhythm of our breaths and the creak of a door that had just swung open. For the first time in years, a spark ignited within me, not from a mere touch, but because someone had dared to see the truth of who I am. 3 days after that conversation, Nathan set a steaming espresso on the kitchen table, accompanied by a handwritten note that seemed to pulse with unspoken feelings. "I've been lost in thought." His voice was calm, yet there was an unspoken tension in the air, his eyes holding a depth that felt both inviting and dangerous. "If you really desire to feel something deep, allow me to be the one who stands by your side." I furrowed my brow, confusion swirling within me. "I wish we could be open about this, but the thrill of secrecy pulls us closer, doesn't it? I can't bear the thought of you ignoring what your heart truly desires. If you dare to take that step, let me be there so you won't have to face it alone. We are still bound to one another, despite everything." My gaze fell on him, unfamiliar and electric, as if he were a ghost from a world I dared not enter. Not because he had transformed, but because he had just uttered something I believed only lived in novels or those strange podcasts like Cuck and Confident. I chuckled softly, leaning back with a mix of joy and longing. "Are you thinking about returning to the podcasting world?" His smile was soft, a silent acknowledgement of the unspoken truth between them. "Perhaps." The air between us felt electric, a delicate balance of lightness and an unspoken bond that thrummed beneath the surface, a trust that dared to blossom in the shadows. A trust so peculiar it sent shivers through my very core. Nathan slid into the chair opposite me, his gaze intense as he pushed a tablet across the table, a silent invitation that felt charged with unspoken tension. 5 profiles flickered on the screen, each a ghost of a past connection, men who had reached out once on an app one had long since erased from my life. They had exchanged playful glances, whispered sweet nothings that ignited something deep within me, like, "Your smile is a burst of fireworks," or "A woman in a cardigan who's still alluring. That's the most thrilling kind." Yet, I had only glimpsed their souls through the flickering light of a screen. I gazed at Nathan, my heart racing with unspoken feelings. "You reached out to them?" He nodded, his voice barely above a whisper, as if sharing a secret. "If you still want to, they'll be ready." I stood still, my heart racing in the silence. And what about you? Will you just linger there, clutching a glass of whiskey, lost in your thoughts? And bear witness to the unspoken longing, not to possess but to cherish the fleeting moments. In that fleeting instant when your heart races and the world fades away, it feels less like betrayal and more like a secret shared between souls. It's a breathtaking truth wrapped in secrecy. I hesitated, my heart racing. My heart raced as I gazed at the screen, my finger hovering before finally tapping a name. Henry, the one I confided in the most. A bartender in Boulder, where every glance holds a secret and every touch ignites a spark that feels both thrilling and wrong. 27. Eyes that whispered secrets of untold stories, yearning to be revealed. Nathan rose, his lips brushing softly against my forehead. When the moment feels right. And I felt the undeniable pull within me. That evening, Nathan chose not to wear a suit, breaking from his usual routine. Just a white button-down, slightly undone at the collar, hinting at secrets untold. Sleeves rolled with a hint of anticipation. His dark slacks clung to him in a way that made her heart race, a silent reminder of the tension that hung between them. He appeared at ease, yet there was an intensity in his gaze, like a director poised to unveil a story that was both thrilling and dangerous. The living room was arranged with care, each detail whispering secrets of stolen moments. Crimson whispers of a velvet-covered sofa, a handful of flickering candles, their warm glow whispering secrets of longing and desire. The soft notes of a Chet Baker jazz track linger in the air, wrapping around them like a secret shared in the quiet of the night. I slipped out of the bedroom, heart racing with the thrill of what we had shared. Whispers of ivory silk caressed her skin, a delicate reminder of the secrets they shared in the shadows. Barely there. Nothing but skin, a secret thrill in the air. It felt like I was reshaping the way a wife is perceived, not through her title but through the depth of her being. Nathan's gaze met mine, a spark igniting between us that felt both thrilling and wrong. His silence spoke volumes. He lifted his whiskey glass, a subtle nod passing between them, a silent acknowledgement of something deeper, something unspoken. 8:03 p.m. The doorbell echoed through the quiet, a sound that sent a shiver down her spine. I dared to open it. Henry, tall with skin kissed by the sun, raven locks that whispered secrets of longing. A scent that lingers, a blend of earthy warmth and a hint of rebellious sweetness. His brown eyes gazed at me, filled with a longing that felt both beautiful and dangerous. And already surrendering. He crossed the threshold, heart racing. Take your time. No show. Hi, he whispered. A spark of something unspoken hanging in the air between them. Only that. Hey, I answered. And somehow, that alone sent a shiver down my spine. Nathan kept his distance. He lingered in the shadows, a heartbeat away from everything he craved. Fingers trembling around the fragile glass. Forever. Henry stepped nearer, his breath hitching in the charged silence between them. His fingers glided from my elbow to my shoulder, a touch both respectful and charged with unspoken desire. My heart fluttered. For the first time in ages, my heart felt a spark, a whisper of something forbidden yet beautiful. Not merely a touch, but a gaze that lingers. With longing. With a longing that had been withering away inside me for far too long. He leaned in, his voice a whisper against my ear, sending shivers down my spine. Your allure is intoxicating. Yet the fear of crossing that line keeps everyone at bay. I chuckled softly, a bittersweet warmth blooming in my chest. Soft yet passionate. Our words were few, but the silence spoke volumes. Henry reached out, his hand trembling with unspoken longing. I slipped my hand into his. He guided me to the heart of the room, not letting go. Alluring. A whispered promise. As his lips brushed against my shoulder, Nathan's gaze held mine, unyielding and intense. As Henry's hands glided down my spine and wrapped around my waist, my heart raced, pounding wildly as if it had escaped the confines of my chest. As he bent closer, his kiss brushed gently against my skin, awakening emotions I thought were long buried. My breath echoed in the silence, drowning out the jazz that played in the background. Nathan lingered, a quiet ache in the air between them. Not a hint of jealousy, lost in the moment, just the thrill of being near you. He was simply gazing at me, as if I were a melody building to its peak. He couldn't bear the thought of letting even one note slip away. I finally felt free from the weight of guilt. I felt alive in every inch of my skin, every breath, every movement. Moments I believed were only meant for the silver screen. As Henry's arms wrapped around me, a rush of forgotten feelings surged within, his presence igniting a spark I thought I had buried long ago. It was as if he was awakening a part of me that had been lost in shadows for years. He withdrew just in time, creating not a void, but a lingering echo of what could have been. I glanced over at Nathan, my heart racing. He lingered in the dim light, whiskey swirling in his glass, his gaze deep and soulful, as if he had just bared his heart to a haunting melody. At 8:41 he stepped inside, a spark igniting the air between us. Zachary, my heart races at the mere sound of your name. It's a whisper of something we both know we shouldn't feel. Yet here we are, drawn to each other like moths to a flame. The world around us fades, and in this fleeting moment, it's just you and me, caught in a web of unspoken desires. He towered at nearly 6 feet 3 inches, his shoulders broad and unyielding, like iron gates guarding a secret world. A fitted gray t-shirt clung to his back, igniting a spark of longing within her. His sneakers clung to the ground, dampened by the soft drizzle, a reminder of the fleeting moments shared under the gray sky. The instant he entered, his gaze met mine with a challenge, as if we were two souls destined to collide. Not someone delicate, not a damsel in distress, but someone deserving of a delicate pursuit, filled with longing and reverence. "Hey," he whispered, his voice barely a breath. I nodded, my gaze lingering, unwilling to break the connection. Zachary held back, his silence heavy with unspoken words. He approached me quietly, his hand finding its way to my back while the other gently glided down my arm, sending shivers through my skin. His movements were slow, heavy, and intentional, as if each step he took bore the burden of a tempestuous heart. I leaned into him, not from unsteadiness, but from a deep yearning to feel his embrace. He swept me off my feet, placing me gently on the long sofa, a moment suspended in time. Every word carries weight. His touch lingered, a whisper of warmth that danced between us, heavy with unvoiced desires. Take your time. Not a moment's doubt. It felt like he could see right through me. I would let him go on. I kept my eyes wide open. I craved to hold on to each fleeting touch, every whispered breath, the echoes of my own heart that I believed had faded into silence. Just as the warmth of Zachary's presence lingered in my veins, Douglas stepped into the room. He stood there, an uninvited mystery, heart racing in the silence that surrounded him. It was never meant to be. His white shirt, slightly wrinkled and one button missing, hinted at a careless charm that made my heart race. Round-framed glasses that hid secrets behind their delicate lenses. His hair was a wild mess, as if he had just emerged from a dream, lost in the haunting words of Sylvia Plath. "I'm sorry I couldn't help but arrive a little early," he whispered, a hint of nervous excitement in his voice. But those eyes? They were seeing right through me. From the first glance to the last whispered secret. I sat up, heart racing, caught in a moment that felt both thrilling and wrong. Douglas approached, his presence sending a shiver down my spine as he settled beside me. Silence stretches between us, a chasm filled with unspoken words and longing. The ache of absence lingers, a bittersweet reminder of what could never be. He averted his gaze from my body. His gaze pierced through me, igniting a spark that felt both thrilling and dangerous. Then said, "You're like a breathless moment that lingers, leaving the heart racing." A smile tugged at my lips, a fleeting moment of warmth in the shadows. Not with my lips but from the depths of my being. A spark ignited within. Not longing but the thrill of being recognized. In a world that had fallen silent for far too long. Douglas's fingers brushed against hers, a fleeting touch that sent shivers down her spine. My fingers intertwined with his, a spark igniting between us. "Stay steady." When he kissed me, his lips lingered, igniting a spark that felt both thrilling and wrong. They lingered, tracing the secrets written across my skin. I couldn't grasp what Nathan was feeling. All I understood was the rush of emotions within me. Not in that way. Not in that way. Not as someone bound by the rules. Yet, she was a woman filled with unspoken layers and desires, yearning to break free. As Douglas stepped out, the room lingered with his presence, a bittersweet ache in the silence. Like whispered secrets caught in the silence of stolen moments. I sat there, cocooned in a delicate throe, my heart racing with an unspoken longing. Not from desire, but from a connection that feels both thrilling and wrong. In the depths of their gazes I found fragments of myself. Each man a whisper of a secret, a brush of warmth against my skin. They spoke to me in ways that ignited something forbidden, stirring emotions I never expected to feel. And then Peter stepped into the room. He was just 20, caught in a whirlwind of feelings that felt both exhilarating and wrong. Her hair shimmered like rays of sunlight, captivating and warm. A hint of blue watercolor marking his left hand. A secret touch of beauty in a world that shouldn't allow it. His smile ignited something deep within me. A spark that felt both thrilling and wrong. A smile that held secrets, unspoken and electric. But the kind that unfolds when someone enters a world of color and discovers you are the heart of it all. You're nothing like I dreamed, Peter whispered. More raw. More than ever. More difficult to capture. I chuckled softly, a bittersweet warmth blooming in my chest. Gentle. A touch unsteady. Should I be grateful for the thrill of your defiance? He turned away, a flicker of longing in his eyes. No, because you're the one thing that makes someone want to linger in the moment forever. I held my breath, silence wrapping around us like a secret we dared not share. I let the blanket slip a little, revealing a glimpse of what was hidden beneath. And he moved in, the air thick with unspoken desires. Taking our time. Not backing down. Peter's lips brushed against mine, igniting a spark that felt both thrilling and wrong. As if his lips were the delicate stroke of an artist's brush. Each breath I released felt like a secret hue, yearning to intertwine with another. He embraced me as if he were unearthing feelings long buried, seeking a connection that transcended mere flesh, reaching deep into the essence of who I was. Every kiss drew me closer to a part of myself I never knew existed. It drew me in, heart racing, as if the world around us faded away, drawing nearer to feelings I had always kept hidden away. Tears fell silently. Whispers linger in the air. Not shaking. Just tears falling softly, like whispers of color on a hidden canvas. I felt a rush of defiance. I felt no regret. I was just overwhelmed. In that moment, a hand gently landed on my shoulder. Calm yet trembling. Intimate. Nathan, my heart races at the mere thought of you. I turned, my heart racing, caught in a moment that felt both thrilling and wrong. He still wore that black turtleneck, the one that made my heart race and my thoughts wander to places we could never go. His gaze, quiet and profound, held secrets like a frozen river beneath the snow. I parted my lips to speak, but he silenced me with a tender touch, his finger resting softly against my mouth. He leaned down, his lips brushing softly against my forehead. A fleeting moment that felt both tender and dangerously intimate. You're still mine, he breathed, his voice a secret in the night. But first, you must embrace the depths of your true self. I shattered. Once more. Love, it seems, is a delicate dance, one that I never learned to navigate without the weight of longing. But now Nathan, the man who once cherished me in hushed moments and over forgotten cups of tea, was offering me something I had never dared to dream of. The thrill of desire. To feel tender. To be truly known. Peter stepped back, his gaze lingering with a mix of longing and regret. Nathan stepped closer, drawn by an unspoken connection, wanting to savor the intensity of that fleeting moment. Our lips met in a fleeting moment, electric and charged with unspoken longing. Not to close the chapter, but to ignite a spark that pulls us into something raw, something real, something that makes our hearts race. The morning light crept through the curtains, stirring something deep within me. Whispered secrets linger in the air. A fragile connection that feels both thrilling and wrong. Every glance shared ignites a spark. A longing that dances just out of reach. The heart races, caught in a whirlwind of desire and uncertainty, knowing that some things are meant to be hidden away. Fleeting. Like a whispered secret lingering in the air. A melody that stirs something deep within me. Silence enveloped the room, heavy with unspoken words. Silence lingered in the air. Silence hung heavy in the air. Silence hangs heavy between us. But everything felt warm, not from blankets or bodies, but from a connection that had been forged in the shadows last night, and remained unshattered. Clad in Nathan's oversized button-down, I felt a rush of warmth as I stepped out of the bedroom, my bare feet whispering against the floor. The aroma of toasted bread lingered, mingling with the soft, forbidden sounds of silverware brushing against ceramic. Nathan stood in the kitchen, a white t-shirt clinging to his form, his hair a charming mess, as he poured coffee, the morning light casting a warm glow around him. He kept his gaze fixed, oblivious to my presence as I drew near. He whispered, "Just a little more butter on the right slice," as if it were a secret meant only for us. "You'll find that one more appealing." A smile tugged at my lips. She took a seat at the table, her heart racing as their eyes met across the surface, a spark igniting in the air between them. A slice of toast found its way to me, a simple gesture that felt charged with unspoken longing. A steaming cup of coffee lingered temptingly beside it. We shared a meal, our eyes lingering a moment too long, the air thick with unspoken words. Silence lingered between them, heavy with unspoken words and longing. The lingering echo of last night's rain whispered against the roof, while the serene depth in his gaze held secrets untold. After a moment, I let my fork slip from my fingers, gazed at him, heart racing. For the first time my heart raced, caught in a web of unspoken words, unsure of how to voice the question that lingered in the air between us. Yet he was there for me. "Are you all right?" Nathan's voice broke the silence. Not a single look at the screen. Eyes locked, hearts racing. Simply gazing, heart racing with unspoken longing. I nodded, my heart racing with unspoken words. "Yes, but what about us?" His smile was a fleeting spark, igniting a warmth that felt both thrilling and wrong. A smile that hides 1,000 unspoken words. Not a courteous one. Simply true. If last night brought you closer to your truth, then it was worth every stolen moment. It felt like a secret, a precious moment stolen from the world. I bit my lip, a rush of longing coursing through me. A deep secret longing stirred within me, soft yet undeniable. I never realized how much I craved it, I whispered. It was only when I grasped the essence of freedom that I truly felt the warmth of being seen, the ache of being wanted, and the sweetness of being loved. Not for the role of a wife, a partner, or a future mother, but simply for being myself. Nathan's heart raced as he nodded, a silent agreement that felt both thrilling and dangerous. "I've always known, and you remain everything I crave. At last you can embrace who you truly are." I rose. He stepped closer, heart racing. I held him close, my heart racing as I embraced him from behind, a moment both tender and charged with unspoken longing. We lingered in that moment, hearts racing, the world around us fading away. Silence hung heavy in the air, the names from last night lingering like a secret too precious to speak aloud. Neither dared to voice the thoughts that lingered in the air between them. Only one truth lingered in the air. We had never felt this alive. Not everyone has the strength to walk away, so the one they adore can finally embrace their true self. Love isn't always about holding on tight. Sometimes it's about watching in silence as someone rediscovers their true self, hidden beneath the weight of expectations that threaten to drown them. Kimberly held her secret close, never letting it slip away. Nathan held on tightly, as if the world around them faded away. They dared to reveal their truth. Have you ever held back your true desires in a relationship, knowing they might change everything? Leave in the comments if you've ever felt invisible, as if your heart was beating but no one noticed. Sharing your story could be the spark someone else needs to feel understood and less alone. Remember to show your love, join our journey, and stay connected. The upcoming tales will plunge further, revealing raw emotions, deep connections, and undeniable truths.